Pretty well set in my ways. Don't fall for the latest craze, it's a scam. Not as sexy as I once was. Don't care about cool cause I'm an old man. Your boy, she's a well-known girl, yeah. It's a joy, it's a childlike joy. Like a kid with a shiny new toy, oh yeah.
Alright, morning everybody. My name's Chris, welcome to Arapala. So we're a macadamia farm, 80,000 macadamia trees, give or take, one or two, over 5 different properties. We're owned by the Dimmicks Book Group, or the Dimmicks Group. You might know them from the bookshops all around the place. We have, like I said, 80,000 trees, all are Australian native. We've got all Australian Australian produced varieties here. We produce about between 400 and 500 tonnes a year. We sell them in 30-tonne lots. So all our nut goes in a truck to Alphadale up near Lismore. It gets processed up there, and it goes the bigger holes, so the nice nuts that you see at Woolworths and places like that get sold in Australia, and the smaller different styles, the chips and stuff, get sold to Japan, USA, Korea, and a few other countries to go into their recipe and ingredient market.
When you shut on time, but your road is long, meaning it's a minute to get there just before dawn. But all you gotta do is pick up the phone and dial my number. I'm the one you want. Not the type who likes to boast, but I'm 24/7 and coast to coast, and ain't no women my 18 wheels straight. I'm a hot shot trucker, and it's gonna get the goods to you in less than 24 hours.
They also like the row. What the row is? The male and the female. Well, most of our row is that we catch. Most guys like Anzac Day on the traditional mullet day, where schools of mullet can be 20, 30, 40 tonne in school, go fast, come to the rivers, go along the beach. They all travel north. All our fish travel north for one reason. The dominant current in the ocean is south. So if they all go north and lay their eggs in the north, all the southern rivers get repopulated with eggs or juvenile fish as they come back down the coast and into the estuaries and into the wetlands. Well, there's another problem we've got. 80% of our wetlands have been destroyed on the north coast. 70% of all fish and crustaceans in the ocean spend their juvenile stages in wetlands.
It's gonna get the goods to you in less than 24 hours. Yeah, hot shot trucker, and it's gonna get the goods to you in less than 24 hours. Yeah, hot shot trucker, and it's gonna get the goods to you in less than 24 hours. Hot shot trucker, and I'm gonna get the goods to you in less than 24 hours.
Anyone need petrol? Petrol? No? Right. We're going to cruise the Barrable this morning, which is we're going to Nambucca and then we head right. There is a couple of potholes, not as bad as yesterday, but there is a couple. We'll just take our time, we'll be right. Okay, and do you have any questions or problems? Adrian will be at the back of the thing. He's got my number again, so if you get lost or anything, it's pretty straightforward today. It's not that far, and we should be back here pretty early. Wash your cars and have a couple of beers, whatever. Alright? Alright, enjoy.
For the like Nambucca, all the nooks around the place to go. I'm Gavin Arbison. I'm from the Gold Coast, originally from the UK, and now live here permanently. This is my 1974 Volkswagen Fing. The German term is 181. This car is original paint, never welded, no rust. I bought the car in California, flew over there for 2 weeks, travelled around California in it. I've been coming to Australia for the last 20 years and then on and off, and then the last 10 years permanent. So this is my 5th Volkswagen Spectacular. So it's good to be back at Bala Beach. It's actually the Carling gear this year. Got a lot of, as you see in front of us, we've got a Type 34 Razor Edge, and behind us we've also got another Type 30. We're looking to have a really big turnout this year. I think there's like 25 to 26 cars registered so far.
And the pub was rocking. The upstairs rooms have been tastefully done in period timber. Like as in one room has been done in beech, another one in cedar, and different other timbers from around the area, and it's beautiful. If you get the chance to, ask Shane and see if you can go up and have a quick look. It's beautiful, really well done. Now has a beer garden and a bistro where meals are very good and inexpensive. From upstairs on the veranda, you get a good view of the main street, and that is fantastic. So that's where you're having your lunch today, if you didn't know. Either that or you go to Starve, I don't care. All right, let's move on. We'll go for a walk up here a little bit further.
my side. And the next time I home, gonna have my woman by my side. And if you make it to St. Louis, folks, stop by on the other side. I see a dark cloud rising now. What's gonna come of me? I see a dark cloud rising now. What's gonna come of me? And yes, when I die, won't you please remember me?
The only chance we have is together. Our eyes are open wide, focused on the heat of the battle.
It's only 40 cars.
We sing, we dance, we fight, and we love. The small things that we do, sharing a word or two, telling a story to a new friend.
Individually feed, you've got automatic ID, and we have got rumination too. So when a cow's crook and she stops chewing a cud, like stops ruminating, it'll tell us before you can see it. Before the, and we've had a mate of mine's got it, and he called the vet out just on that, what the computer said, and the vet said it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it, but she was just getting, and the collar cold. Go back. Here. Go back. Go back. Yeah, it's all right.
It's not rain.
People on the screens, they make us feel mean. Trusting them is the last thing we should do. Sometimes we feel hopeless and there's nothing to say. There's nothing wrong with silence and play. We sing, we dance, we fight, and we love.
If you don't need fuel, you can pull up just past the servo and pull in. There's lots of room there. Then we're going to go into Bellingen. I'm just going to make another couple of phone calls about another little couple of areas that we can park, because it's been wet and they've moved our parking around. And we will stop there for little lunch. Then we'll go from there and we'll head up Dorrigo. There is a couple bits of road traffic lights. There's a couple waterfalls on the way. If we want to stop, we'll stop at a few. If it's full, just go up to the next one. Or you can stop on the way back if it's too full and take some photos. Then when we get up the top, we'll pull up in the main street, have a walk around and go to the pub for lunch. There's waterfalls just out of town, a couple of kilometres on the right. I can show you where they are, and there's the trains. So you can go either one. We'll try to do both. So yeah, that's our sort of plan today.
Resistance to the flow just slows me down, so I go the way it wants me to for now.
It's just a bit too obvious. Oh, doesn't look right. It's definitely not water. That's a lot of oil.
it?
They didn't make a sign.
Okay, so where's the
I'll just kick off. My name's Keith Jones. I'm the manager of the Railway Museum. The Railway Museum is a totally volunteer group. I'm a volunteer. The museum is home to the biggest collection in the world. You can see 15 locomotives standing here. Well, we own 79 locomotives. This is only a fraction of them here. Most of the collection's on the other side of the street. The actual museum site is being established over there. But we thought we'd bring you in here because over there you can't get close to the engines with the cars. So we thought we'd bring you in so you can get some photos of the cars near the locomotives. So we're bogged in bureaucracy with the local council, is why we're not officially open to the public. So you're in a fairly privileged position getting in here because there's lots of bureaucracy that says you're not allowed in here. But no one's looking, so.
Google was looking.
Yeah, so eventually we'll sort out the bureaucracy with the council and get it open to the public. We own the branch line, so we'll be running trains with appropriate steam locomotives and vintage carriages from here to a little place called Megan and back. It'll be a 2-hour round trip. Later on, as we restore more of the line, we'll go from here to Yulong and back. It'll be a 3.25-hour round trip. So there'll be a choice of durations of trips and therefore a choice of fares and so forth. But it is primarily a railway museum. If you were just going to be a tourist railway and run trains, you only need 3 or 4 locomotives and 10 carriages. Well, we have 150 passenger carriages and 160 freight wagons and tens of thousands of small things. We preserve everything: railway tracks, signals, fetless trolleys, uniforms, tickets, everything. It's a railway museum in the broadest sense. And it's not presentable yet. That'll come later. The main thing is save the items before it's too late. And where we had a choice, we picked locomotives based on their condition, so that a lot of the steam engines are in working order. Some of these came in here and parked themselves where they are now under their own steam. So operational engines is not a problem for the museum, same with the carriages. And there's a crew here working all the time. There's 2 guys painting the carriage over in the middle there today. They're retired guys that are mad on saving things from falling to pieces. And that's the biggest struggle. The volunteer group's never got enough volunteers. So, but we've saved the items in most of the collections here. We're still bringing things in by road all the time. We just bought 5 locomotives in February by road. Cost us $220,000 to get the 5 locomotives in here by road because they're 120 tonnes each. So you've got to have a big multi-axle steering road platform to do that. So we're quite mad, but if we don't save it, no one else does. So there's a lot of things here that are unique. No other examples have been saved. There's a lot of historic things here. Just for example, the nearest 2 locomotives to the right of that gap tested the Sydney Harbour Bridge in 1932. They put 88 steam engines, that's 5,000 tonnes of locomotives on the bridge a few weeks before the official opening. It was more a politician's stunt than it was a test, because everyone thought, well, it's not going to fall down. But 5,000 tonnes is a pretty fair test, because in those days there were no semi-trailers, so they couldn't whistle up Lindsay Brothers and park 500 or 600 semis. So, but out of the 88 engines that tested the bridge, only 3 have survived, and that's 2 of them there. We can't see them from where we're standing, but at the dead end of this row there are 2 locomotives that served with the Allies in France in the First World War. They were British War Department engines at the time, and we've got photos of those 2 actual engines in France in 1918. And they ended up in Australia because after the war they were war surplus. There were hundreds of steam engines for sale, and John Brown, the coal baron in Newcastle in Australia, he bought 13 of them and shipped them out here, and one of them worked till 1983 on his colliery railway in the Newcastle area. So there's a whole level of history below the obvious level of history because they're steam engines.
Jacko, where's your jacket? Put it on.
Start setting it up now. Do like over 20 minutes for the short film 2 years from now. It's 40, no, 50 years from now.
What's that? 50 years?
Yeah, well the 40th, but over 50 years. It's been your time.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Maybe another day.
Because you go to change lanes and it detects that there's something there where there's not. And you quite literally get thrown back in. They're like, no, we're going there. We're going to go from a solid rooftop.
But we've also been told that on Friday it's your wedding anniversary. 50 years married. So on behalf of our board of directors, management and staff, we'd like to give you a bottle of champagne to celebrate. I think being married for 50 years you deserve more than that, but anyway. So thank you. Enjoy yourself, everybody.
I'm Guy Harding from Harding Performance. Welcome to Valor 2022, the Volkswagen Spectacular. We've been associated with the Pels running this. I've been a participant here for about 35 years. We've been a sponsor for about 3 decades. We sponsored the first day at Rowley Raceway, which is a lovely little track. We get out to do a bit of bitumen hooning legally. And I run a company called Harding Performance. We're based in Brisbane. We're an importer. We develop parts for late model water-cooled cars, and we specialise in Volkswagen. So what we have with us today is our 2022 Volkswagen Golf R. It's literally 3 weeks old, and we arrived down here and had 300 kilometres on it. It has a few bolt-on parts from one of our suppliers, Racing Line Performance. Racing Line specialises in the Volkswagen and Audi brand. So it has a few bolt-ons, making about 270 kilowatts at the moment. We have their wheels, some of their suspension components, their air intakes, and their PCM tuning box on it. It also has on the rear a Miltech Sport exhaust, a nice 3-inch exhaust, which gives it a nice little note. So far so good. Very impressive chassis. We're looking forward to the years to come with this model. We're also looking forward to more Valor Nambucca Heads events.
Yeah. Or someone else.
Yeah, I do the grass. I do the grass. And the
Like they
electric.
tell you in the safety courses, you know, if anyone's ever getting electrocuted, don't touch them. Just grab the closest thing and just club them.
Broom handle or something.
Yeah, just club them.
Wooden broom
If you
handle.
touch them, you're going to get zapped too.
I'm saving
Trusting
you, really.
you to remember that.
I'm waiting for someone to get zapped.
I thought you were waiting for someone to get zapped at the fire last night because I was sure you were going to clobber them.
Can't go along, you can't go on the side, mate.
So what ride has he got?
He has no right because he's got no breathalyser.
Yeah.
And I try to get to the drivers here, right in the top.
Or would he rather not?
No, if you want to do it, yeah, go for your life. Yeah.
Okay, I'll send them out there then.
Don't know, can't remember. Dropped his motor. Everything's alright.
Yeah. He was trying to figure out why he's catching fire every time he got it. You having a drive again today?
I don't have any air filters,
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to set a gear button.
Yeah.
Start her up. Handbrake is pushed down.
Yep.
Obviously.
Yeah, so what do you do here?
Right. So load. Derek comes down to the club for Brisbane every year.
That's it.
Hi, my name's Paul Davies. This is our 1956 Manly Tan Oval, Australian built. We've owned it for 4.5 years now. This car was restored back in 1990 by a gentleman called Ray Black. He did the restoration over a period of time at the start of the 90s, so as you see the car today, it's 32-year-old enamel paint. So it's a bit of a time warp car. I purchased the car from Andy Roberts, he's a VW enthusiast near Newcastle. How you see it today, we've transformed the car back to its former glory of where it was when the car was restored, but I think it's come back better than we've anticipated ourselves on the final finish and everything else like that. We've rectified a few things that weren't period correct on the car from the restoration, but that's just by what was probably available at the time. But now we've put a lot of the correct parts that should have been on the car back on the car to bring it back to its original status. We drove it down from Brisbane on Wednesday, not a fault. It's a pleasure to drive. Yeah, it's just an amazing time warp car. Her name is B, or short for Beatrice, so it's like any other VW, it's always got a name and a story. So the colour of Manly Tan that she's painted is an Australian only colour, painted in Australia from 1956 to 1959, so it's only a 4-year paint code, which makes it fairly unique in that status over and above. Here we are 64 years later, and it's 66 years later, and it's still yeah, a standout car. It's just an amazing time walk car. I've replaced all the internal deluxe trims, so all the door card trims, these have been replaced. These are replaced. The handles have been replaced to just have that quality of finish, which goes towards the overall effect of the car. You know, when they did the restoration, before the internet, square weave carpet could only come out of Germany. So I'd hate to think how much text, messaging and text, telegramming and all that type of thing they would have to go through to be able to achieve to get that material.
Yeah, you can't just like send an email, can you?
No, correct. You know, pre-internet, you know. So the interior basically, as far as material goes, carpets, floor mats, is still 32-year-old.
Having a jacket
And it's interesting, like,
18-volt battery hanging off the side here somewhere.
Because the car didn't weigh.
Yeah, yeah.
No, she's just set up for camp and just riding on, that's all.
Yeah.
Just a queen side.
Yeah, I'm just going around.
There's so many different types. As soon as I get the start of the videos here, just like some of these videos, I'm just going to watch.
Awesome.
From the supermarket talking to somebody. I've fallen.
You're right.
But it started like
Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh.
Do you have it available in plain as well as the stitch that I can coordinate? You know, la la la. And she said, I'll get back to you in a few days. We never heard from her. And she doesn't.
Couldn't afford the front door cards. They're next year. They're next year.
So, I don't know, we'll see how I go.
You could use a fake
That's better than sitting in the office. Yeah, pretty good actually. Yeah. $65,000 to do a retrofit.
Yeah, yeah. There's a sign on the front saying it's $50,000, like without all the options and stuff. But
You come back and
Get it into you while you're young, come on.
Like Kermit when he first
It's getting a bit too long now. It's starting to get what you said. That is good. I didn't want to shave you. Come here.
There's a restrictor in there as well. So
Cool's better, you know, with a meat.
Yeah, of course.
It gets across the heads and.
I like that. I was in the front seat of the bikes and he was driving down to Nationals.
Did you,
Yeah.
did you sell many of the...
Coming out on the fuel, the clamp on that.
Yeah,
fuel arm.
We don't need to test it.
No.
Where are the memories,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh.
Where are the memories in that? You have to take a photo of every car.
Oh, I got every car leaving this morning. I'm actually making... No, you're right, mate.
Thought it was.
No, you're right, mate.
No chokes and stuff. Constantly cranking.
So we'll just drive. We're gonna drive through and not stop or do that. I don't know. We'll see. See how it goes.
Thank you.
We went to Ruston with Just having a look. Stuff like this. Do you want a fluoro? You gonna wave? Boys, you alright? It's a cool touch, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Crack.
Oh, here's another.
Now everything's custom, so
I couldn't do the body
Because the air was cool.
You can relax now.
A little bit.
Many, many moons ago that we went in a split window toilet on the way. It was such a long journey. It's a long journey.
Down the road,
Just down the road, that's right. And we had a heater running in the inside.
How's the heating? How's heating in the V-dubs?
Well, there certainly is. The safaris on there.
So as you're saying, your kids love them as well. Is that it's? I'm just looking around here. You've got young kids. We've got
beautiful. Thank you. Look back in action.
Yeah. It's really the first big event coming out of COVID. Helping this all come for our toiling enjoyment.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you.
Max FX. Is that the Max FX? That's the Max FX. Max.
Yeah, September.
Okay, so we've got our rock and roll left.
Everyone keeps talking about it.
And I'm kind of like, oh, do people want to keep seeing this? And I'm like, oh, I've got to keep going. Well, what's
go the drone, though. I reckon I'll be alright.
You reckon?
I think we'll find it.
Yeah.
Clip says 6 of them. You've got to have a
Sorry. Hey, you're on. Still surviving?
Oh, I remember these things.
Yeah. It's been a long week. After the... Yeah, I'm going to spit on it.
Yeah.
Which one's yours? You're all right.
I'm scared now.
Yeah, good. How are you?
You shooting? It's too much.
Yeah, you can walk through. It's all right.
On the side here, directs a flap whether you close the air off coming in or not.
Yeah.
Get down there.
Okay, we're heading down there.
So what grey is that? Like it's just
That's a beige grey and Bahia blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actual, Bahia blue is a VW colour.
Yep.
Beige grey is Adrian Smith, Dub Smith Garage.
Okay, yeah.
He built this one.
Okay, did he
so,
really?
Yeah, so that's his colour.
Oh, right. Yeah, beautiful. He does some good work.
Mate, he is the bee's knees.
Yeah, I went for a run with one of his splitties up to Dorrigo.
He's not the cheapest around.
But you get what you pay for, so.
Mate, he is. Once it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
Forever, you know?
Yeah.
Like this thing has in the two rear corners that rust there, rust in the nose, so they come out, that come off.
Yep.
And cheap well brand new panels in. Outline and sand blast and everything.
Yep.
No worries, mate.
Yeah, and then they do it proper.
He lives in the garage, so
yeah.
I had Terry Penfold mechanic. A Saturday, he shuts. Saturday morning shuts. Oh, you can see the blood. You can see the left day. You can't clean the bloody fish all out of there.
Yeah, but
he squirts it all in there, mate. It's $250, mate, for his whole car. Can't complain.
No. At her office, Donna.
Yeah.
Donna Pell that's running the event.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We've got her email address.
At Valor, yeah.
All right.
No. Oh, I'd be silly to say no.
You feeling good?
Yeah, I've been...
Visual.
Superbug Carol. How many k's you allowed to travel on it?
You got to be going to events.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's just taken. I was going to say, for some reason it looks longer, but it's lower. No, it's just lowered. And he's just put this roof on it.
Cooler and a beer.
Put a beer in it.
And he glued it to the roof.
Everybody's going, hey mate, stop,
Your beer's
woo!
on the roof.
There's beer on the roof. Oh. Yeah. This is what he paid. Bought this for 12 grand. Oh wow.
We got for his 21st.
They had to put wheels. Oh, that's. Hop in it, have a wheel. It's all original. It's all stock, right? Original paint. Oh, actually, is it really painted? Can't remember. He's just buffed all that. So Jackson goes on Sunday drives with it every now and then. This is what mine was like before I cut it. Before I chopped it. Same, like all the same interior and everything.
Yeah.
The door's closed beautifully. It's never been smashed. It's got really good gear in it. After he bought it, and put those wheels on it, and put a second another motor in it.
Heaps of tricky tips to it. One fellow down at home.
Everyone's on the move.
Calm down before you stress up the groove. The energy a little different when the blessings accrue. Hey, who you talking to? Just know I ain't no regular fool. Could be anything in the world, but I can never be you because I stand tall like I'm on my tiptoes, baby. You think a little too small. I got big goals, baby. Ain't where the money at? Look, I just need the info. Pronto, I go and get it and split it with my kinfolk daily, and I'm the type of that might change my number on you. Yeah, that's how you react when people took a slumber on you. Pretty brown skin, baby, I can see the summer on you. You see all the bread, and I know it make you wonder, don't you? Ooh, I ain't surprised at all. Seen them rise and fall. Went up the mountain, it wasn't hard to climb at all. At the top, I found some relief. I finally got some peace. Carry on, but please don't mess up the mood. Yeah, I worked too hard for it. No, I need to beat it before you mess up the mood. Yeah, ooh, I worked too hard for it, and I need it, so please don't mess up the mood. Don't mess up the mood. Don't mess up the mood. Yeah, I worked too hard for it. Yeah, don't mess up the mood. Oh, it's so crucial, I gotta keep it. It's in the ass everywhere. No, it's not a secret, and I bet they didn't think that I'd ever get it. Everything you've done, I get it. The life you're dreaming, I live it, and I'm coming in high. You better get out the kitchen. Yeah, I could make a hit on whatever you pitching. Baby, let me fill up whatever you missing. Or you like it up at the top, it's a better view, isn't it? I'm not surprised at all, no it ain't what you need, come on. Just pay the fee, I supply it all. Went up the mountain and it wasn't hard to climb at all. At the top I found some relief, you see, so please don't mess up the mood. Yeah, I worked too hard for it. No, I need to beat it before you mess up the mood. Alright, ooh, I worked too hard for it, and I need it, so please don't mess up the mood. Don't mess up the mood. Don't mess up the mood. Yeah, oh come on, I worked too hard for it. Yeah, don't mess up the mood.
She's affectionately known. She's a 1956 Volkswagen Beetle, German production built. She's still running a 1200cc 36 horsepower engine, but just for a little bit more oomph, she's got a vintage Speedo Crasser kit fitted to her. Followed this build the whole way through. My good friend Miles Arbour actually built this car. One of the things I said to him, if you ever sell it, I want to be the next custodian, because Miles has done a fantastic job with the build for Gracie. So yeah, to actually get to drive her and enjoy her, it's wonderful.
All right.
Maybe another day.
Because you go to change lanes and it detects.
All right, I'm standing here with Ree. Now, Ree is currently travelling around Australia, but we're lucky enough to have her here at the Vallis Volkswagen Spectacular. Ree, why don't you tell us a little bit about your Beetle?
Yeah, so his name is Moby. He's a 64 bug. I've had him for 10 years next year. And yeah, we started out, he's all original. He was the slammed, really shiny mags. He had his show spec, and then I've raced him down the drag, gone through 3 engines, and now we've raised him up and he's travelling Australia with us. So yeah, he's gone through it all.
Yeah, so you're travelling with your partner. You've got like an old bus, I see, that travels with you. That's your home on wheels, and this was your first car, and to have the ability to travel and take your pride and joy with you, it's a really special thing.
Yeah, it really is. We were on the hunt for a bus. We were going to do it in the Combi. Figured it was too small for the 2 big dogs and 2 humans. So then we weighed up, let's get a bus, found one, Gumtree find, and now I can actually bring my first car with me. It has been like a dream come true. I really didn't want to leave him at home, but now he's our runaround car, which is super convenient. But yeah, now he's hitting mud puddles and doing rock climbing and stuff now. So he does all the fun stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple of river crossings I see here that you've got in this, but your dad was just telling me that you're going to raise it up even more and head out on some more adventures. Where are you off to next?
Have no idea. No destination in mind. It's pretty much, I think we're just going to pick somewhere, go there, find some work. Usually we try to find jobs, but I think we're going to pick our own destination this time and then find work when we're there. But yeah, raising him up. We're going back home to home base in Brisbane, raising him up some more, I think, bigger tyres, and we're actually swapping out the 1200 original for a 1776cc now. So he's getting the works done.
All right, well, thanks, Ree, for chatting with us. And if you see Ree and a partner on travelling around Australia, be sure to give us a wave or shout them a beer at the next pub. Thanks, Ree.
Yeah, that one sounds good.
Thanks very much. All right, now I'm just standing here with Alex and Ginger. Alex, welcome to the show. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your pride and joy?
Yeah, okay. Bought it about 7 years ago. Bought it with 2 cars as a package deal, and sold the other one that I felt I wasn't going to do anything with, and this one I pursued it. And just over the 7 years, come up with some ideas, and didn't want to go the norm. Didn't want to put a carpet kit in it, so I got some hides and did it all myself. Made what I made. Yeah. Didn't have to paint it. That's the main thing. So it was a quick, easy resto.
Yeah, you mentioned before that you're a panel beater by trade, and I suppose like not having to worry about that on weekends.
Yeah. Rust-free floor and as original as it is. Yeah.
Why don't you tell me about some the quirky parts that you've completed on the car?
It all started with the floor. The hide just fell into place. One of those big cow hides you find on the floor in a house. Threw it in and it just fell into place. And then I went with the engine bay and the boot, just kept going with it. And then I made the flash by hand. All that chrome is by hand, and hours and hours of polishing and bending and stuff the hide in it. Yeah.
And you've been here most of the week. Have you?
Yep.
What's your favourite part of the week been so far?
Oh, standing around the fire at night having a few drinks. Talking shit. Yeah.
Well, you're doing all right, mate. All right. Well, thanks very much for talking to us today, and hopefully we'll see you at the next Volkswagen Spectacular.
Definitely will.
So I'm just standing here with James with his Volkswagen converted bus into this thing right here, but I'll let James tell you all about it.
Actually started off his life as a 73 Highlight bus. Got cut down, so now it's a tubbed ute with an extra cab, and happens to be a V8 sitting in the middle of it.
So, I have noticed it's got a 1UZ out of a Toyota Sora in the back. What specifically did you have to do to make that all work?
A lot. There's a lot of engineering going in to make it fit. I mean, the engine goes into an Audi A10 transaxle, and then goes into still a VW 3-speed auto built by Aaron Roberts on the Gold Coast.
And that gearbox is doing all right.
Yeah, Aaron builds a good gearbox. So when I told him what I was doing, he went, "Yeah, I can build one that can handle that power." So yeah.
And I'm just standing right here, and I can see that the full custom dash. So it's running a 3-speed auto with. It's got a quick shift kit on that. Or?
No, it's just got a B&M shifter on that. So being an auto, you just put in D for drag and away you go. But yeah, the inside is fully customs, all the gauges. It's got air conditioning, all the things you want in a car. But yeah, cruises really nice down the highway.
Oh, well, thank you very much for bringing your car to the event this year. Also, have you been out on any of the cruises so far?
I haven't. When I went out to the races, I've been basically cruising around the streets. But yeah, next year, or next time, I should say, I'm hoping to get out in a few more of the cruises. This is my first time here, so I've never been to a Velo before. So I went to the dinner last night and had a good time. And but yeah, it's been a great event. So to see so many V-dubs here together, I know there's people out here that have been here for as long as it's been going. But for a first timer, this is pretty impressive.
I'm sure Donna and Luke would love to have you back, and we'll see you in a couple of years, hopefully.
You'll see me back.
Cheers. It's Matt here again from Outer Media, just here with Dan and his very cool bus. So do you want to tell us a bit about your bus, Dan?
Yeah, it's a 1959 Type 2, German built, sent to America. It's a left-hand drive panel van. It's imported to Australia about 6 years ago, and it was set up as a coffee wagon. I bought it 4.5 years ago, and it's now set up for camping and enjoyment.
So any personal touches have you done to your panel van over the last few years?
Yeah, I've put a new engine in her. She's a 2180, scat rockers and hydraulic lifters, new bumpers, and all the interior I've done myself as well, because there's just a blank panel van inside with nothing in it. Cyclops light I got from America, which they're off a Chevy pickup. It's about a 1950s headlight off of a Chevy pickup.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them around on a few of the vehicles. It seems to be like a popular edition.
Yeah, the earlier ones are really hard to find, the 1940s. The 1941 sits a bit lower, nearer to the rain gutter, but that's like 1950s, so they just sit a bit higher. But the profile on them is exactly the same as the front of a Splitty. I think the ambulances had them on as well, and fireys used to have them on.
And you've been here for pretty much all week. What's been your favourite part of the event so far?
Just everything, cruising with everyone. It's amazing how they all come out of the woodwork. You don't see as many. I drive this virtually every day, or when I can, do my shopping and everything else. But yeah, it's just the atmosphere and doing the cruises and camping and mingling with other V-dub lovers, and yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant week.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for having a chat today, and we'll hopefully see you at the next one.
Yeah. Cheers, Maddie. Thank you.
All right, it's Matt Baker here from Outer Media. We're just here with Adrian from Dubsmith Garage at the Volkswagen Spectacular. Adrian's been here all week, and these are some of his spectacular buses. And I'll just, if you just want to explain what you're all about.
Yep. No, we're a restoration workshop doing full restorations from shiny paint to ratty stuff, but full build, preservation, shiny, rust repairs, all that sort of stuff, but full-blown processes from start to finish, turnkey restos as such.
And if I was a potential customer and wanted to have one of my buses modified, what's the process involved in from like sort of start to finish?
Sandblasting, deleting all the crap off it to begin with, and then assessing, and then from there it sort of metalworks 6 to 8 weeks, paint works again 6 to 8 weeks, and then the mechanical fit out based on what that person wants in terms of the motor size and transmission and all those sort of fancy bits of gear. So the process all up is around 12 to 18 months realistically for a finished process build.
I was talking to one of your customers earlier yesterday at the day in Nambucca, and one of the things that he commented on was just like your professionalism and your ability to work in with him. This was the guy with the blue bay that's over there, and like one thing he did mention is that he was able to leave it with you, and then with some personal touches that he wanted to add himself, it kind of worked out for him.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's I know you're talking about him, and he's literally 3 minutes from the workshop, and it was just a job that was perfect. You've got that connection with the owner straight away, and then putting in the personal touches and all those kind of things. Yeah, it's cool. You can do those wicked things that you don't normally get to do with people, and go, oh yeah, I want this, and they can drop in and sort of do a lot of their personal touches. Like this guy here is from Mornington Peninsula. I've never met him. The panel van owner, he's from down. Well, original guy was from Adelaide. I'd never met them. So you're dealing with personal touches through sort of messages and things like that. But having an owner that's 3 minutes from the workshop just allowed the job to happen so easily and freely that they can just call in, oh, I think I want to do this, or what do you reckon about this? And it was a great relationship, that one.
Yeah, it's good. Being based in Newcastle, how have you found coming up this week? You've enjoyed the week at Valla?
Awesome, man. Awesome. Volkswagen Spectacular is just it's the diehards heaven show sort of thing, and it's a big campaign. It's a big week, and we've been here for the week, and it's a big one, but it's a thing that you set your brain and your mind to, and you say, we're here for the whole time, we're going to make the most of it, do the runs and all those sort of things, and just do everything you possibly can. And the big finale on the Sunday, and then turn the head off tonight and pack up and go home Monday.
Yeah, back to work on Monday. Adrian, thanks very much for having a chat with us today. And yeah, cheers.
Adrian.
And now I'm here with Craig from Volkswagen Magazine. Craig's the editor-in-chief at the magazine.
Coffee maker, janitor, dog's body. So yeah, the whole lot.
Toilet cleaner.
Yeah, well, doesn't as often as it should, but yes.
So you've had a long affiliation with the Volkswagen Spectacular over the years?
I have for about the last 20 years. The magazine's been going for 18, so I was a Volkswagen person before that. The magazine was a natural progression when I stopped working overseas in America. I came back here to find there was no magazine. Sounded like a good idea, and it's just steamrolled from there.
Very good. So 18 years on the trot with Volkswagen Magazine. What have been some of your highlights over the years?
Oh man, that's really hard to pick. But I think one of the things about the community here is that they just make you welcome. So when I decided to start the magazine, it was just encouragement from day one. But the good thing about the magazine, it just opened my eyes to a few other things like motor racing. I got into open wheeler racing with the Formula Vs, and then the sedan racing. So the whole kit has just been a really wonderful journey, and still going.
So obviously this is probably one of the biggest Volkswagen events in the country, if not the Southern Hemisphere, if not the world. What's your highlight been this week?
I think it's just reuniting and making those connections that have been dwindling in the last couple of years, to actually see the people that are still in the hobby still here. And that's been a fantastic little catch-up. And particularly when you consider that some of these gentlemen and ladies have been in the business for 30, 40 years, it's still great that they've been able to mix in with the crowd and are still relevant today with the hobby.
So you got a couple of cars on the stand today. Can you tell me a little bit about the Beetle?
This one belongs to a reader of mine, Ian Flood, who came across this one again, sitting in the back of a shed with boxes on top of it, in an ad in the classifieds that you have to follow up. regardless of whether you think it's just going to be something that you don't want, you still have to go and have a look at it. When the guy said cabriolet, he thought it would have been a aftermarket chop top with a roll bar. It turned out to be a genuine 1965, and we've been following his build. And today the car is featured here on the stand simply to show people what it looks like after all those years of putting it together.
It's quite an amazing car, especially for it to be all factory. It's something to be really real.
This one in particular, being 1965, was a 1 year only for most of these parts. So Ian spent a lot of the time just searching out parts that only fit this particular model. So the journey for him has been not so much putting it together, but just finding out why this was 1 year only, and then where are those parts available from. He's found them. So, yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you very much, Craig, for speaking to us today, and hopefully we'll see you in a couple of years' time at the next event.
I'm pretty sure you will. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're here with Gerald from Just Campers Australia. Gerald is Just Campers is the major sponsor for the event for 2022.
Yeah, it's been awesome, and couldn't wait for this show to happen. It's been 4 years, I think, 3 years. So yeah, it's been on a lot of people's to-do list, and finally it's made a chance. So we're really happy to be a part of it and get out and be part of the community again.
So just if you could explain to us tell us about Just Campers. What do you do?
Just Campers, we sell all the parts and accessories for Volkswagens from 1950 to right up until the T5s and T6s of today. So we do mostly sort of rust repairs and mechanical parts, but also just general merchandise as well, and full van fit outs and everything. So yeah.
Cool. And just to double check, is this the first year you've been major sponsor, or have you been major sponsor a few years before?
First year for major sponsor.
Yep.
But we've always sponsored.
To some degree, yep.
So yeah, we started in 2011 here in Australia. Obviously, there's a UK mother company, I guess you could call it, which was started back in the 1975, I think it was. So long time Volkswagen specialists.
So it's some of the products you've got some of them on display here. I'll cut in and do some of that kind of stuff. But one thing that did catch my eye is the specialised tents that are specifically for setting up against your van. Can you tell us a bit about them?
Yeah, we do driveway awnings, which is something that we noticed quite a few years ago, that we didn't have an Australian version of a driveway tent. So we went into production and we looked at all the variations around the world, and we came up with our own Australian version, which is like full open fly screens and windows, and basically totally freestanding, that you can drive up, put all your stuff in, and get out to the shows and leave all your stuff secured in a driveway awning. So yeah, one of the big products that we brought out in, I think it was 2015. So it's been going on quite a few years, and yeah, we sold quite a lot of units. So.
And did you get a chance to get out on any of the cruises or anything during the week, or?
Unfortunately not. We turned up on Friday, so we set up and we went out to the Nambucca lineup yesterday, and we had a look around and then back out for work. So no, we don't get much of a chance to get around it these days, but hopefully we'll get a chance to see the cars at the show today.
I'm sure Donna and Luke are very happy to have Just Campers as sponsors, and we hope to see you in a couple of years' time.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we'll be out for sure. Love it.
Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, the presentation will start now. We'll do the racing first, the Ben Drury Memorial Challenge, Thursday, Friday. I'll start off Class 1, which was under 2 litre, road registered, sponsored by Harding Performance, which was Jake Hill in the Blue Beetle. Okay, the second one was over 2 litre, road registered, sponsored by Harding Performance again, and that was Darren Kennedy in the V-Dub Golf. And this one, under 2 litre registered modified, was me. Okay, next one was white helmet gear. Okay, the next one was Class 3, modified.
Yeah, thanks very much for running the racing, and congratulations to the Pels.
There was no Class 4, so we'll go straight to Class 5, and that was vehicle not classed as a Type 1, 2, 3, 4 or an SV, sponsored by Vintage V-Dub Supplies, and that was Tim Alder. Okay, this one was over 2 litre vehicle, not in all those other classes. SV, sponsored by Volkswagen Spectacular, and that was Guy Harding in the white Golf.
Thanks. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to Jan for doing a fabulous job again, and thanks to all the volunteers, and to Luke for getting it all organised. Once again, brilliant job. And of course, all of the Pels. They're multiplying every year. Look at them. Thank you.
Okay, and the fastest time of the day was a 1 minute 32.009, which was a total of 2 laps over the two days, which was sponsored by me, and it was Tim Alder in the Formula V.
I just want to thank our major sponsors, Guy Harding Performance. Guy's always been here for us, and that is a sponsor from day one, I think. And I really appreciate all his help with some classes, and he's always just been the most nicest man, gentleman through and through, and a great competitor. Thank you so much, Guy, and also Indian Automotive, who couldn't make it this weekend. Thank you so much for them. They also have been great sponsors. And thank you, Donna and Luke, so much, and everybody associated with them for a fantastic, fantastic show.
And before Jen takes off,
Carly. Yep. It's there. You can see it. Second one. Should have had a more.
and we'll just give you this Jen, don't drink it all at once. Okay, the best displayed, which is the Beetle just here with a rag top. It's got a photo book. It's very well. I wish I had that patience to detail a car. It's very neat. So that was car number 383.
You've got to get his name.
Okay, the best rat, it's a pretty hard sort of category because what you think's a good rat and is it something you find or something you modify? But it was Klaus with the split window dual cab, the white one down the back. I don't know if Klaus is still here, is he? Oh, he's still in the swap meet? Okay. Okay, longest distance travelled.
Lorenzo. Hands.
Okay, the hard luck story was entrant 054, Bob Walford. He seized his motor. Is he still here or? Yeah.
Yeah, guys, it was pretty hard on Friday night. I was coming up and I got on the big bridge at Kempsey and the red light came on. And I couldn't stop on the bridge, so I had to keep going. Get off the other end. By the time we got the other end, I rattled up and seized the engine. So it was still a good weekend. I'd like to thank Curly, Stewart, Nathan and Jonathan. They just came out and picked me up and put the vehicle back in. So thanks very much, guys. Thank you.
Okay, Klaus has just come out of swap, mate. Best rat, mate. Okay, furthest distance travelled was Lorenzo. He did 2,325 kilometres from Cairns to Valla Beach in a 75 bay window camper. 3 days, 800 kilometres a day.
And he's the nicest guy I'll ever meet.
Thanks, Luke. Yeah, look, I arrived on Sunday night as a Volkswagen Spectacular Virgin. I've had a hoot of a week. It wasn't looking so good halfway down the Queensland coast with my windscreen in my lap. But we sorted all that out, and yeah, I've had a wow of a time, and so thanks you guys, thanks for all the volunteers. Really good show.
Hold it up. That's it. Good work, mate. Thanks.
Do you want to do pull them out in front. Yeah, all of them. They're the sponsors.
All right. I'd like to thank Just Campers. Anyone here from Just Campers?
Yep, Jill.
Come up here, Gerald.
Have a good
People like this make this event happen. Without question, they just step up. I really appreciate it.
It's not in it. Look straight through there. Just campers. Oh, you're the other one. Look, it's right at the back.
Oh, right. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You should have put them all along.
So we don't have to do that every time.
Next one's parting performance. Guy.
Yep.
You get a bucket.
Indian Automotive.
Indian Automotive, Nicky, but Nicky couldn't make it, but he still gave us a good sponsorship, so thanks, Mickey. Daz Resto. Adrian Dubsmith. And I'd like to just thank Adrian as well, because he's looked after a couple of our kids a few days, so really appreciate that. Made a bit of weight off our shoulders.
I just want to take my hat off to the Pell family. I think we all understand the dilemmas, everything's happened and how close it was to not happening, and a lot of us sponsors are very well aware of how close this didn't actually happen. So, 3 cheers for the Pell family. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip! Hooray! Hip! Hooray!
And Blaze Cut as well for donating the blaze cuts to do the fire. Combi Life.
Combi Life, here it comes.
Thanks, mate. Craig, V-Dub Magazine. Volkscare.
There we are. Thanks, Paul.
Okay, and this is a big one. All these trophies here are all donated and made by Danny. Danny Galea.
Is he here?
You want to do all the other things?
No, we've got a couple more here. Oh, not that one. Oh, hang on, no. Yeah.
Mr. Dodd, Andrew. Some people help out with sponsorship, some people help out over the year, little things behind the scenes and that, and they go a long way, little bits. Thank you.
Hold it up, mate.
Shannon's Insurance. Nambucca NRMA. Forte Earth Moving. He helped us with all the traffic plans and for the street closures, and really got to take our hat off to him because he was another person that got our permits and all that back over the line 2 weeks out. It was a big struggle, but we made it happen. Jep King Volkswagen in Cossava. This guy's going to regret this. He moved back from WA. He's my good mate, and he had nowhere to live there for a while. And I said, "I was a house up the road to rent," and he's only 3 k's, and he's at our house every night helping us with the show. And he said to me the other night at the fire, "Hope you don't take this personally, but I'm not going to answer my phone or see you for a few weeks after today."
Goes both ways.
I told him that it's going the same way, and I probably won't talk to anyone.
Leave the girls.
Yeah, one under the gravel model. In one go.
Yep, whatever.
Chris Pearson and Johnny. Arnie Judy and Tiffany.
Yep, alright.
Stacey and Mel. These girls call in to mums on their way home from work and do an hour or two some nights in the middle of winter, and they've got kids and that, so yeah, put your hands together. Thank you, girls.
Thank you. Hold them up.
And Mr. Ray Box, he's been texting me and that, and I've been falling asleep about 9 o'clock most nights, and then I get back up about 10:30 and talk to him on the phone all this week and other weeks. So yeah, thanks Ray for helping us out.
This just came through. Well, he should have put in, but just say that he travelled that distance, but he missed out. 'Cause he
Okay, Gordon Taylor, he did 4,560 kilometres from Fremantle to Valla. But he forgot to put it in the thing. But yeah, that's a decent,
That could go in the
decent
hard
drive.
life story.
Mick Tuck.
Leading the Pels is like being in the mafia. Once you're in, you can't get out. I bought a Volkswagen and said to Luke, "If your mum needs a hand," and he said, "You're going to regret that." I've sold my Volkswagen, I still can't get out.
Billy Joe, she did all the decorating, the seafood talk, and in the hall and that. Another person did a lot behind the scenes. Probably a bit of counselling and hearing and listening over the last 12 months or 4 years.
All for love. All for love. All for love. No one else but.
Thanks, BJ.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Donna. Catch ya.
And this one's for Carly. All right, I'll rattle these kids off here. We've got Hudson. Yeah, bud. Yeah, these kids have been going to getting babysat by grandma, but they end up being slave labour, folding, doing cutlery, folding things, putting things in bags. Here's Boo. There you go. Get it in there. Madison and Zarlybug. And Jack Rabbit. And last night I walked into that kitchen and I was like, I would turn around and walk back out. After dinner there was a pile of plates, I don't know how many, and Jack just stood up and washed all those plates. Good on you, mate.
And then again,
And his dad, and then they cooked the pancakes this morning.
Where's Mel? Mel.
And Mia did the pancakes. She's been looking forward to doing pancakes for the last 2 years, practicing it every Sunday. Just got to teach her how to clean up after she makes them.
I have another one over there. Thanks for your help. Yeah. The one with. And we got
Izzy?
Izzy. I can split that too into two.
Hey, no. Carly. I won't get that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you should have said about Izzy's work experience.
Izzy was in the office and she was doing work experience for the whole week. I think she'll change careers after that.
There is one to leave school. There's one. If you need an extra, you could still run. There's a story to that. Okay. Luke.
Yes.
Damien.
And another person behind the scenes, Damo. Okay, we'll do the top 10 now. These aren't in order. You didn't get number one. They're just, you're in the top 10. You're all the same. There's no number one car. Okay. We've got 363 with a 1970 Beetle bar jar. Jake.
Yes.
383 was Michael in a 1960s Beetle.
Hang on. Behind you.
The next one was 355 with Steve in another 1963 Beetle.
You wanted to show these.
Next one was 340 VW bus, Boris, 1971 Combi. Next one was 196 Melissa, the 2013 Beetle. This was the new gold one over there on airbags. .287 was a 1956 Beetle, Ash. Next one was 188 Paul with a 1956 Beetle, oval. Number 15 was Dion in a VW split screen Combi 1967 11 window. This one, number 22, Alex in a 1956 Beetle. And last one, number 35, Will, and the 1967 Beetle.
Start reading your book.
After the presentation, if you want to get a photo or line your cars up and put the trophy on them, you can bring them around. Yeah, we'll get a drone shot of them all. Okay, Danny that made the trophies, can you come up? Just like to thank all those people I gave those bags to, all them helpers. Just it wouldn't happen without all these little helpers. So thank you. The charity, we raised $11,626. And that'll be going to Nambucca Lions, Shore Track, New South Wales Fire Rescue, Rotary, Nambucca, and we've got to thank Nambucca RSL for hosting the high tea.
We just wanted to thank everyone that's jobbed in and given us a hand in the office, in the merchandise, helping park cars in the street. Anyone that was a VW owner or a visitor that just wanted to jump in and give us a hand because we needed it. So with Donna and I and Luke and all of us, we just want to thank you for your help as well. We wouldn't happen without all the extra help. I think it's it. Thank you.
This character here with the camera and the tripod, Matt, with the funny glasses and the hat, that's been around every day. He's putting a movie together, so don't forget to order that, drone and video and photos and that. Thanks, Matt, for hanging out. Happy hour tonight will be in the wool shed between 4:30 and 5:30. When the bar's sold out, it'll be sold out. BYO for the food vans, live music tonight. We'll have all the t-shirts and jumpers, reduced price at the stage there and inside, so come and get them. And
Don't forget about the fireworks. Right.
yeah, there'll be
5:30. Oh, where's all the kids?
5:30 tonight. There'll be fireworks, so don't forget that. I've got the colouring in competitions. Stevie May, Taylor Johnson, and old No Name.
Anyone recognise it?
If you recognise your handiwork.
Here we go.
Before everyone takes off, I'd just like everyone just to thank Donna, because she's one hell of a woman. So, yeah, put your hands together. All right, Ray Box just wants to have a quick word. Oh, doing the raffle first.
Sorry, Ray.
What do you win?
Here, and donated by us.
Ann Seawood from Nambucca Heads.
First prize.
That was first prize.
$300 donated by us.
That was donated, $300 donated by us.
Hudson, jump in. Pick one out, quick. Any random one. No looking.
This one, man.
Get it. Stop. That's bad.
And Chantel Provost with second prize. And third prize. Sharon Williams was $100 donated by us. I'll just put Ray on now.
Right, first, second, third one.
Thanks, Luke. Everyone, I'd just like to thank Donna and the Pell family, especially for all the work they've done for the Volkswagen community since like 1994. I've been 84. My apologies. I've been coming here ever since then, and it's an absolute pleasure to be involved in the event. Big thank you out to all the sponsors that have been involved in the event over the years as well. All the competitors that come all the way down here. It's just fantastic, and so happy to be back here at Bella. Let's hope we can do it again, if we can con Donna into coming back again. But anyway, we'll let her have a few months break, I think, but how about a real big round of applause? Thanks, Donna. Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
So if they'd like to join in.
Yeah, so if you want to come in the bar and have a couple of drinks.
Look at the weather.
All good. We only ordered the weather for the whole week, so I don't know what it's going to do now. Can't control it from now on. Yeah, the merchandise inside will be another half an hour before you come in. So. All good. Thanks everyone for coming. Take care and travel safe.